Hey guys, Brian here with English Mountain Outdoors. No, I talk a lot about fatwood. I wanted to show you a quick, easy way to get some. I've done this off this same area here a couple times at night on video. I want to give you a daytime look at what I do. I always have some in my fire kits, but when I go out camping, I try to get new tinder every time I go. I don't use my kits unless I just have to. That way I know I've at least always got something. But look, you can see I got pines down pretty much all over the place here on my property. And this is a huge resource for fatwood. And a lot of times you can go and get stumps. Find old stumps that are still standing and get some. I did a video on that a while back, but I want to show you. I found an easy way of getting some, relatively easy work. But I'm going to set the camera up and cut some of these. Everywhere you see one of these sticking out, there is fatwood in there. Some better than others, but for the most part, it's a good resource. You can see this is where I got a little fire starter out the other night. Nice and saturated in there, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut one or two of these off and show you where the good stuff is. I've found a lot of times, you can see this little twist in here. There's always a lot of fatwood right in there. A lot of good sap. We had Friday. We had rain pretty much all day, and then Friday night, the Arctic air came down and everything froze. So there's a coat of ice on everything. Everything was kind of wet. But even this old dead rotten log, when it's wet, I can still get fire starter out of it. So I'm going to stop the film for a second, get the camera set up, and cut some of this off. And then I'll take it back to camp and show you how I process it up and get it ready for a fire. So see you in just a second. Okay, so this is what I normally do. I'll come in, I'll chop some of this dead stuff off of these, knock the hard frozen wet stuff off, and then my objective is to get to these knots here. Once I chop around a little bit, they're generally easy to get out, so I'm going to knock a few of them off here and get to it. That broke on me. Well, that one's not as good, but in the center there is some. I'm going to get a different one off. That one's a little weak. That one's a little better. There's some decent down in there. I'll grab a couple more. Yeah, there's a nice piece. See how saturated that is. Okay, I got a couple of really good pieces here. That one's really going to be nice. So I'm going to take this down, I'll set the camera back up down at my campsite and show you how I bust this up and make a couple different ways of getting fire. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so first thing I got to do is get it split open. These shouldn't be too bad to do. I'll lay it down. It's kind of rotted out there. I usually bust me down, split some up small, and I'll carve me some slivers off of this, plus I'll get a little dust out of it. I'll show you that in just a second. Let me get a couple more. Cold out here right now. It's about 25. We're in a cold snap for another few days. I don't know if that one's going to split right or not. I'm going to try. Yeah, nice waxy. I'm going to grab a little piece of bark. I'll show you how I get ready for fire. Now what I'll normally do, I'll take this and carve it, get me some nice good slivers off of it. The bark's not working out too good, but hopefully you can see that. I'll check. No, not much. Alright, let me try. I'll show you again. I'm not sure how much of that got put on. I'll usually take it, carve off some good flakes like that. That's part of it. I mean, if I wanted to, I could light that with a lighter. It would fire right up. Let me show you. This stuff burns so good. I love this fat wood. And now, when I'm out, I'm usually taking my ferro rod with me. And in order to get a good pile of stuff that'll take a spark, I take my knife on 90 degrees from it and just scrape it. This gives me a nice fluffy material that'll take a spark really quick. usually when I'm sitting around camp at night, I did Friday night too, I'll go get me a couple chunks and have all this ready in the morning. That way I can have a fire going nice and fast. This is how I do it. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit down so you can see. Yeah, that looks better. And then with this, I'll pile some of that right there. One thing I will do, I'll take me a couple of small sticks just to have on the ready. But ferro rod, fires up nice and fast. And like I said, these longer slivers, they'll burn just a little bit longer. Definitely enough for me to get a few of these little small pieces on. And then normally, I might take this one and split it one time just to get some bigger chunks, more along that size. And I'll have a bunch of it ready. Usually by the time I go to bed, I've got a big pile of these, big pile of shavings, and a big pile of dust. So when I wake up in the morning, like Saturday morning, I woke up, it was about 18 degrees. It only took me about 5 minutes to get a good fire going. But to me, that's the easiest way of getting some fat wood. You can find the older stumps that are sticking out of the ground. You can usually knock good chunks out of those. Honestly, I think just about any part of a pine, if I was to scrape off anywhere on the limb, I could get enough dust out of there. It'll still take a spark. The pine sap's really flammable. So, but that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. And I'm going to go play around. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get burned up today, so I wanted to come out and do a quick video on that, just to show you how I do it. So I had video the other night of doing it, but somehow my film all got corrupted. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I appreciate you watching, and you guys have a great day.